Hey, welcome back to Fixing Things. We're going to be working in the garage today. Had to move the bikes out. You know, one of the dreaded things that happens to a car or a truck or SUV is the dreaded engine light coming on. And most people don't have code reader or anything like that. My eyes are puffy. Most people don't have code readers or anything. And it won't pass inspection. It won't renew your license plates. We've had this in the garage before. We had it in the shop. Then you're stuck. And they won't tell you what's wrong with it, just that it won't pass the emissions because the little light on the dash won't go out. So what does a person do? Well, they got to take it to a garage. And then they were given an estimate of $2,000 to fix it. And they said, you need catalytic converters. $2,000. So a lot of people will look at it as, my vehicle ain't worth $2,000 to put catalytic converters on. I'll just get rid of it. But then you find out you can't really get rid of it. Nobody wants it if the stupid check engine light is on. And the only way to get rid of the stupid check engine light is to put catalytic converter on it. So today, this is Miss Angela's Jeep. Miss Angela works for me over at the Steampunk Parlor. She's one of my managers. Really nice lady. And she was forced to go buy another vehicle. And now she's stuck with this one because of the check engine light. So we're going to help her out, and we're going to put 2 brand new catalytic converters on this thing so that they can sell it. Because you can't sell it. It's what society wants you to do. So
let's fix this thing.
This is a nice vehicle. All right, so I redid check the code reader, and it was showing bank 1 catalyst deficiency, and it was showing an O2 sensor something. So hopefully the catalytic converter is what the problem is. That's what the mechanic said. So let's get this joker up in the air. Helps if I go the right way. Always check your vehicles, make sure they're not going to fall off. We're good. All right, the first thing I noticed is whoever they took it to took off the splash shield, because I put it back on the vehicle last time I worked on it when I did the suspension work. Here's the bolts for it, which are loose, because last time I worked on it I put brand new struts on it. So let's take a look at these catalytic converters. right, so the O2, it's hot. The O2 sensor is right there. And the other O2 sensor is up there. And this catalytic converter, O2 sensor right there. And other one's way up there. I really don't like this one. I don't like this one at all. At least the catalytic converters are small. Oh. And the bolts to get the whole thing down is not too bad to get to. Chrysler put a ground strap on their exhaust. Huh. All right. Bad boy's hot. All right, so the first thing we need to do is get the other catalytic converters that are in the house, and let's match them up. I do know that the catalytic converters that are the new ones have a bung on the catalytic converter for an O2 sensor. These do not. I don't see one on them. And I'm gonna get my hat all dirty. So what we'll do is we'll put them on upside down, and then put the bung. We're gonna have to go to the hardware store and get a bung for them. Probably got to do that before, so I get the right bung. All right. All right, we got take two. We're not going to be putting catalytic converters on this car. Now, I'm going to show you why. Because these catalytic converters that I got from eBay, they ain't even close. And these are the ones that's supposed to fit it. So, if you can see here, if I was to put that up where that thing needs to weld to, it's twice as long. Can I get it on there? Yes, I can get it on there. Would I be fighting it, getting it on there? Yes, I would be fighting it. Not only that, that's an 18 millimeter bung that needs to be there, fine thread. Try finding one. You can find 18 millimeter bolts in your local hardware store, fine thread. $8 a piece. That's $16 for two little bolts. Can I get it off eBay a lot cheaper? Yes. Am I going to wait a whole week? No. Am I still going to fix this Jeep? Yes. So we're going to go with plan B, and plan B is we're going to clean the catalytic converters out. That's what we're going to do. So it's not, it's just a minor thing. It just started doing it. So the buildup on the catalytic converters is a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to drill a hole right here. And then we're going to clean the catalytic converter out. And we'll do it to both catalytic converters. And we'll see if the catalytic converter comes clean. So let's do that. And then we'll just weld the hole back up. Because I don't think it's that bad. One of the things that causes catalytic converters to go bad is the injectors and stuff like that. And over the course of time, oil from leaky valves and going up through your rings and stuff like that. And doing a periodic maintenance, running fuel injection cleaners and stuff like that through there, like this stuff right here, run this through your engine like twice a year, and usually maintains your catalytic converter. We're going to do something a little bit more drastic. So after we get done spraying it out, we're going to put a half a gallon of lacquer thinner mixed in with the gasoline. Then we're going to go on a vacation ride all throughout the woods. They say you should go, running about 120 miles. I'm not going to run it that far. I'm thinking with the combination of cleaning it out and running the lacquer thinner through it, putting some fresh gas in on top of it after we're done riding. The lacquer thinner should clean the injectors out, should clean the carbon out the top of the pistons, and we do it. That's right. So let me get a drill out and let's do this thing. All right, we're going to change the location where to drill because this exhaust is not steel, but the catalytic converter is. So we're going to drill a hole right here where I can easily weld it back up. I can probably weld this. This is probably a combination metal, but I'm not going to take a chance because if I drill a hole in it, then I owe her a whole new exhaust system. If I drill a hole here and weld it up, it's not a big deal. All right. Draw a pilot hole first. Hit something. Let's try up here. All right, it's like double thickness. All right, I did a little test hole here, There's an inner shield on the inside of this thing. So this has got a shield on it, but I don't have it right here. So I did my hole here, it goes straight up into the pipe. I'm gonna drill a bigger hole now so we can get and we'll weld up all these holes. Put my safety glasses back on. All right, so now that I got my holes drilled and I sprayed the gum out carburetor cleaner in it, you notice here is danger. It is extremely inflammatory. So what I don't want to do is weld up the holes with this in it. So we're going to lower the vehicle down, start it up, let it blow that stuff out. Then we'll raise it back up and we'll weld up those holes. So we used a lot of this in it. So, and after I put the air chuck on it and blowed out most of the residue in it, now we're going to run the motor and let it air out even more. Something about a really big 6-cylinder pump blowing the air out. Be safe. Don't do what Puddin did and weld with this stuff in the motor and burn all your hand and skin off your hands. Puddin, I ain't doing what you did. I need to make an extension on this thing. Can I get to it from here? enough. Now let's weld her up and do part 2. All right, we want to make good penetration, good thing. We want to need a good ground. Need my glasses on. Arr. It's rough being blind. We got it. All right, so now both catalytic converters have got the gum out, clean out, carburetor, throttle body cleaner in it. And both catalytic converters now welded back up. Now it's time for part 2 of the catalytic converter clean out. Did this clean it out? I don't know. It's a gamble. All I know is I'm not putting those catalytic converters on the car. I'll save those for another project. So what we're going to use is a half a gallon of lacquer thinner in the fuel tank. And the lacquer thinner is supposed to break down the catalyst, clean the injectors out, and do a bunch of other stuff. Supposedly everybody done checked it out, that the stuff that's in the guaranteed emission stuff is actually just lacquer thinner. So let's, you can check me if you want, I don't know. I know that Scotty used it, quite a few other guys that are pretty well known. One guy, he had a really bad catalytic converter. It helped a little bit, but didn't stop his check engine light from coming on. So let's go to plan B. So I went down to the hardware store and got me 1 gallon of lacquer thinner. And we're going to put half of this in the tank. The other half is going to be for other projects. Always need some good lacquer thinner. Somebody one time put a cap on it, didn't put the little thingy back on it. Now we're gonna run this car, take it around all over the place, drive it up and down, do it. I want to put a good hour on it, and may let it run out here with a brick on the accelerator pump or something for a while too. But first, I'm just going to drive around the country roads here and do that. Got to run it through. You got to run it through. It ain't gonna do no good unless it runs through. All right, it's got a half gallon of lacquer thinner in it. And we got just a hair over a half a tank of fuel. I don't know what size this tank is. It says 178 miles to empty. Check engine light is on, but that's only because it's in the on position. Check engine light is off because we reset it. And I wish Roger wouldn't park his truck around my garage. Problem is it's got low washer fluid. So far so good. Now I'm expecting the check engine light to come back on for the simple fact that we got a half a gallon of lacquer thinner in it. We'll reset it again when we top it off with fuel. But for right now, let's ride this thing. I hope this thing got AC. This is a nice vehicle. They ought to make these things so the catalytic converters don't go bad. Let's see if it's got AC. Oh yeah. Don't be falling down on a job. Guess I better put my seatbelt on. All right. Test drive commencing. So this type of fuel system has a return line, so it's gonna keep mixing the stuff in it, and that's what we want. We want the injectors to come clean. We want everything to get clean. They're saying no more than a half a gallon to a half a tank of fuel. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, I'm not gonna bore you up with all my driving, so we'll get back to the garage here in a little bit. All right, we're about 30 miles into my road trip. I should have made a road trip where I planned to go do something, like go check out some stuff. But as it is right now, we're 30 miles out and no codes. Staying on all our back roads. Seems to be running okay with the lacquer thinner in the fuel. Half a gallon of lacquer thinner on a half a tank of fuel. Got less than a half tank now, that's for sure. All right, I'll keep you updated. right, we're good. 55, almost 60 miles driving. This thing gets really good fuel mileage. Still no engine codes. I think I'm gonna pull over here in a minute, and we're a long ways. We're on a highway now. For single lane traffic on each side. Speed limit is 60 miles an hour. Get it up to highway speed. So they say you should get this thing up to highway speed and run it for a while. So that's what we're gonna do. Then we'll pull over when we get back closer to home, and we'll stop the motor, shut it off, restart it, see if that kicks the codes on. But as of right now, I think we fixed it. So we'll see. By the time we get back to the shop, we'll see if it's throwing any codes or not. All right, we're pulling over here. Little roadside gas station cafe thing. This is a place I used to work. King George Truck and Tire. It's actually Duffield. They haul all kinds of stuff, trash and stuff like that. And we'll shut it off, see what we got. Put it in park. And we'll wait a minute or two. I think we got it fixed. I should have tried this first. I shouldn't have even bought the catalytic converters. It was too good to be true. It was like $60 for 2 catalytic converters or so. Something like that. I can't remember. But I should have known better. And I'll use those on something else or send them back. They just don't fit. They're twice as long as the ones on this vehicle. Most catalytic converters are set to the same parameters as for the EPA specs. So as long as the in and out are the same size, you can, if it's a weld in, they pretty much fit. This got stainless steel exhaust. When I tried drilling through it, it heated up the drill bit. And so I didn't want to get oil up in there from spraying, so I stopped. That's why I didn't have no camera on the inside. That's why the magnets didn't work. It's stainless steel exhaust. A mixture of stainless steel and aluminum and stuff like that, and you can still weld to it, but you can't hook the magnet to it. All right, let's start this thing up and see if it's throwing a code. Started right up. No code so far. All right, let's get this thing back on the road. I can actually smell the catalyst burning now where you couldn't before. Usually you know your exhaust is in good shape when you can smell those little eggs / hybrid carbons burning. So we'll get this thing back on the road. No engine codes. Put this thing in the wind. We're up. All right, we went close to 75 miles, maybe a little longer. It was a good ride. This is a nice riding vehicle. Nice ride. Handles good. Got new struts on it. I don't know who put those on. But no check engine light. That's what I'm talking about. Them pesky check engine lights get you every time. Yeah. think we got this. I'm going to drive it up to work tomorrow and drop it off on my way home. All right, let's see. We'll park it over here. This is in the done side. Cause this is DUN done. That's what I'm talking about. All right. This AC works. This is a nice vehicle. All right, just for giggles here, let's start this thing back up, see if there's an engine code. All the lights go out. Now you can tell, the motor can tell that lacquer thinner's in there. It hesitates to start a little bit. And it doesn't have the same power that it had when I first kicked it off. But as you run that through, it should, and you put the real gas back in it, it'll be good. Hopefully the engine code won't come back. But as it is right now, it's fixed. That's good. And I'm glad I didn't have to try to get those catalytic converters on this thing, because that wouldn't have been that easy. Here you go, Miss Angela. Your car is ready. That was easy. That's something you can do. Half a gallon of lacquer, half a gallon of lacquer thinner. Done. Drill 2 holes in front of the catalytic converter. I sprayed about a quarter of a can right onto the honeycomb. I was hoping to get my little camera up in there, but once I hit that stainless steel, that drill bit didn't want to go no more. And I know you burn drill bits up fast on stainless steel. But it's done. DUN done. Look, the OK Corral, all my trucks, they're all running. Next weekend we're back on the Mihal truck. For sure, we're gonna be working on the bed and the bumper, because we got to get this ready for the road trip, car shows, and everything else. Remember, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. All things through Christ who strengthens me. You know what I do? This is what I do. I pray for me to get the job done to my Lord Jesus Christ. I pray that I don't mess up somebody else's vehicle and my vehicle. I pray the Lord to help me get through it. And you know what he does? He follows through. He keeps his promise. He's good at that. There's sometimes I don't deserve, but God is always good. God bless you. I'll see you on the next Fixing Things with Pastor Bill. Oh, you want to know what I used? A quarter can of this stuff right here. Gum out carb and choke. I'm not affiliated with these people. I do buy most of my auto parts either from eBay or AutoZone. I like those guys down at AutoZone. They really help me out, and they got a fast turnaround of parts. Sometimes I'll go to O'Reilly's, and they give me the runaround, and they'll tell me, "Oh, go to the store out there by Massaponics. Go to our other store Out there 50 miles away, they got one in stock. No. No. God bless you. Oh, what else did I use? Oh, lacquer thinner. I put a half a gallon of lacquer thinner. God bless you. I'll see you on the next Fixing Things with Pastor Bill.